Scott, thank you very much for the introduction and taking care of all the preliminary things before we start the show. We are very excited to have everybody come in and join us for the Q&A webinar. If you've been coming to the Q&A webinar, you know that often I say this could be the best Q&A webinar you've ever been to. And this also shall be one of those webinars. Brad.
No exception, I hear. Excellent.
My good friend, Luke. Buddy,
what's up, Bo?
Thank you, pal. We are going to have some fun today. Does everybody see my screen?
I see the lions.
Yes, but I don't care about you. I mean, I do, but you know, I'm talking about.
Well, if I see it, then I think everybody else does.
Okay, awesome, awesome. This is how we are together. I want you guys to see what we see when we are doing trade ideas. This is what we're doing. We are hunters. We are the most efficient predators. When we utilize our technology, we become the lions. And instead of fighting each other, like, by the way, a lot of lions do, you got these lions over here that are so cooperative. They're just sitting there taking a drink of water together. That's what we are all doing. We are drinking at the fountain of better data. So, are you ready to have some fun?
It's good visualization.
Let's have some fun today. We're starting our Q&A webinar. There's going to be a lot to show you. As you know, Trade Ideas is not a registered investment advisor. All the information that you're going to hear from myself, Bo, and Brad, Luke, is for informational and educational purposes only. If you want specific advice tailored to you, please consult a registered investment advisor and not Trade Ideas. So let's begin our presentation. Yeehaw! Boy, do we have a good one to show you guys. For those of you who have been coming, you know that we've been talking about the fact that yours truly here, me, my buddy Luke, we drive the General Lee, and the General Lee is the hottest vehicle, the fastest, the best car in Hazard County. Hazard County is where we all have financial products. We're the best. I'm going to show you today why that's happening. As you can see from this specific screenshot, Brad, do we not just like take off?
Well, we fly. We're a vehicle that flies.
But we just like zoomed. Like, it seems like, what's our trajectory if you're looking at the parabola of the golf shot of the General?
Yeah, we are just at the beginning launching stage.
Exactly. That's what you're here for, the beginning of the launching stage. Don't get me wrong. You're going to hear some important philosophical stuff, and if you allow the information to sink in, amazing things can happen. Brad, what do you see?
I see some new functionality coming on the horizon.
Oh yeah. Holly 2.0. It's here. Systems ago. WW, G1, WGA. Brad, why? Dual-com. What is WWG1, WGA?
Where we go one, we go all.
So that's a com in the truth movement, a movement that Brad and I are quite fond of for lots of different reasons, but it makes sense for Trade Ideas. I'm going to tell you why. Because Brad, where we go one, we use Holly as our one to dig through all the data. We go all. She does that work so that then we can see the results and act upon it. We go all through it through her. That's the whole point of this. And now we are about to present to you Holly version 2.0. Let's show you what we got. Okay. Can everybody see my screen? No, guys, no golf claps. Come on, please. Okay, awesome. So this is a new channel bar. And Brad and I are going to discuss in this Q&A webinar why this channel bar is so important, how it's changed, and all the things you can do with it. But I'm going to talk about a couple of different things, and it's important because it also, Brad, kind of goes back to what we've said long ago. Don't be the tinkerer, okay? We want you to be able to Netflix and chill with trade ideas, but maybe not even Netflix because they might not be good, but I don't know. Anyways, Brad, the channel bar, look at channel number 4. Can you tell? Oh my God, Brad, what's happening?
All right, so let me explain
Hold
channel
on a second,
4.
I passed out.
Let me explain channel 4. And we've had a lot of requests from people to get various windows that our team has worked on from support, and we found this to be a really great way to be able to pass along some of the most recent windows that we've created. So you can just grab any of these windows and incorporate them into your own workspace and into your own layout. So instead of having to email support and ask for a particular window that you saw in a webinar or being discussed somewhere, good chance you'll find it right here on channel 4.
You can Netflix and chill and kind of have your eyes. This is, Brad, one of the things that kind of goes unsaid here, you know, is that this is a form of non-3D virtual reality. I know everyone's mind is blown. But let me explain, because it's not just complete bullshit. Work with me, Brad, as I work you through what I see. Now, of course, everyone, you see a two-dimensional display. But all of these windows are created, customized by various people of trade ideas employed. Specifically, you've got, I see one of mine, I see Jamie, I see all the different people, and we have lots of guys that specialize in different things. Trade ideas is very broad, and you need more than one person to do all this stuff, and all of this is in here, and that's where you have the two-dimensional virtual reality, because it allows you to virtually peek into the world of the trade ideas pros, and at your own beck and call, because you can take these windows, do whatever you want with them. If you lose them, close them, come back to channel 4, and they're right there. So that's one of our advantages, and that's a technological advantage that if you don't step back for a minute, you know, you can almost not appreciate it. It's almost like, Brad, to some extent, this is another version of a cloud link, but it's live. It's like a breathing cloud versus going to a cloud and then seeing the cloud links.
You're absolutely right. Do me a favor, dude. Show the guys how you take a window like one of these guys, any one of them, and pull it out, pin it, and just change the channel so that you can show how you can make this your own kind of thing.
Absolutely. So one of the windows that I've always loved is this one called the Brad, what's wrong with me?
Trend change lubricant
factor. I can't read, Brad, it got me. Brad. Trend change lubricant factor was one of mine from a while back, and I remember when I was doing this, I had very good creative flow. So here I grabbed it, I'm expanding it, and now I can right click and I can go to properties. Whoops, sorry, not properties. Pinned. Yep. It is a property, but it's so important that it has its own. And I select pinned. So now this is selected. So when I go over here, let's say, okay, and switch this window and now go to social media, my window that I've selected is here. It's not going to go away. So I can change the size, and I can have this as something that while I'm channel surfing, this trend change lubricant is always staying there. And you can do that with charts. You can do that with anything. You can take something out, like I can duplicate this, for example, put that here, expand it out, right click, say pinned, and now, whoops, sorry, not pinned.
Yeah, you just now want to change your channel.
No. What I'm trying to do is not link symbols.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I don't want to link this. And here I'm, going through, and I can have this be whatever you want. So I'm just kind of showing you all the different ways that you can do it. Okay. So you can have that. You can make this be what we said before, the spiders. So there's your spiders. There's this window. Now this window is linked. See, that's what's kind of cool, Brad. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you've got this. You can switch channels. If you're still looking, it's like you're interacting. Now it's back to idea surfing.
We give you a really great core starting point with the channels and through the channel bar, but certainly you can build your own layout around it or even substitute for it and then be able to cycle through and go back to your old windows.
Right, and going back to channel 4 where we started initially. So that's one of the beautiful things about trade ideas. I mean, I took you guys on just a tiny little bitty whirlwind of the things that you can do, and it's so powerful. There's so many things. This is the Dukes of Hazzard way of looking at the data. But as we all know, in terms of getting right down to the business of getting down, you want to be able to make money. And our software, of course, also puts out a strategy that people follow, and they follow this strategy to see, number one, statistically, what is the software doing? Today was a fairly challenging statistical day, Brad. We have to agree there for lots of different reasons, but I will start that right away, the software went up and was pretty much on highs in the first, I would say, 30 minutes. Then there was a lot of giving back, and pure risk on, meaning if you just stayed with it and did nothing else. And then it ended up turning positive, which is, again, at least
I think this is actually a great illustration of one of the reasons why we decided to continue on to building Holly or an AI 2.0. And part of it is, there's a little bit of a deficiency that we saw with respect to some of the algorithms that it uses to choose the strategies and optimize the strategies. And I don't know if I would say deficiencies, but we have a lot of different ideas of things that we want to see go into it. And part of it is to have a nice strategy breadth of ideas. Here we only had one long strategy. So when the market kind of turned around, we were at a tremendous disadvantage from a perspective of calling out interesting long opportunities. So these are some of the things that with 2.0 we can address.
But also, Brad, at the same time, but before we get into calling that, let's say, a deficiency, what about if you and I were just saying, well, what is the software telling you? And I'm going to really be trying to point this out very specifically. From the statistical point of view, why are our customers here is to have an advantage over the other cats, right? And the advantage that we have to say is that our software continues to still, and this has been a theme as long as we've known it, and as we see it, we continue to identify it. There are, statistically speaking, the shorts are the plays. That's what it sees numerically. Do you see what I'm saying, Bradley?
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
So be mindful of that. That means that there will be big short opportunities. That's just kind of what I'm sensing. And we want you to be open to it, not be just kind of eyes wide shut, only buying the dip and always thinking the market is going to go up. That's not the case. And it's not that we don't want the market to be up. Of course we do. In fact, there's so many interesting trade ideas specifically related reasons for it to go up. But in the near term, like in the year and a half, be prepared for volatility. That's what our software is saying. So it's not only just like a guru that's spitting out, signals. It's doing a lot of things at the same time. It's telling you directional bias. It's telling you all sorts of different things. We've evolved it now to where we have Holly AI 2.0. So you go here, you switch, here's a second AI. Again, lots and lots of volatility. A lot more trades on this one. It's not as throttled. And this isn't yet released. So remember, we're doing lots and lots of different experimentations, but this is what it's going to look like. Brad, is there anything kind of other than that people can see? Here you go. One, the other, one and the other, one and the other.
Well, I think, the real core is what's behind the scenes. What's driving the different strategies in each one of the various AIs? How are these strategies getting optimized? You know, what are the stops it's using? What is the profit target? How long is it simulating the hold? When can it possibly put on a trade? These are different factors that can be different in the various AI. So it gives us a great opportunity to try some of the different ideas that we've had over the 2 years of watching, well, 2+ years of watching Holly version 1, which has been really, really successful. The ability to look for, you know, to have it optimized for multi-day types of optimizations, even though right now it comes up with some incredible swing opportunities because it has that filter set in there.
Right.
We'll have the ability to optimize for it as well through our odds maker technology.
So for everyone that isn't exactly familiar with what we're doing, we're displaying our Netflix. You know, we are the cable provider. I would say we're one of the only cable providers in idea generation land of finance. And this is our channel bar. These channel bars are our Netflix. This one, for example, is a channel bar that follows you around. So when you see stocks and you like them for whatever reason, see these hearts there? These are stocks of interest, your specific stocks of interest. And again, I've selected them throughout demonstrations, and here are the different stocks that I've selected. So this is my custom in the cloud following my things of interest. And of course, I'm going to have a lot of them. But again, if it's your portfolio or other stocks that are competitors of your portfolio, this is something that can just work with you. Alpha Predator. The name is Alpha. It is just looking for these setups where stocks can double, triple, do the kind of things that you see in this land. Okay. Guys, this is what the stock market does. This is what the mainstream media doesn't want to tell you about. And it's not fake when there's 9 million shares happening. This is where it is at this moment. There's nothing fake about this reality that there are people who've been in this stock and it's gone from $3 to $18 in a month. This is what you are here for.
You want to be able to find that position, that trade, that opportunity in the first week of April, right? When that thing is starting to break out. And this is the type of software that identifies that movement. It looks for all the different nuances, the different footprints. In this case, looking at here, Turtle Beach, that was volume as it started to break out. A simple metric that we're incredible at identifying and following. All the different filters and points that we look at from a volume perspective are incredible. And so that's what this software does. It spots that move.
All of those stocks, if you remember DFFN, kind of similar. It went from like $2.44 in 2 days to 15. And then of course, right back down again. PULM from here, from 72 cents to 7 cents.
Don't worry that it's 46 cents now, because that's a whole different opportunity, right? I mean,
and they're both there. But what we are trying to show you is we want to open your eyes to what you need to know and be aware that exists. So just like what happened here could easily happen and most likely will. I mean, there's just no question about that. How about this? We've talked about this forever. This was a craze of, I forget what it was even, but I think they put like blockchain in one of their names or something.
Yeah, that was the blockchain fad at that point.
And look at that, from 68 cents to $40. You can call it irrational exuberance, but people are making money all through here. The point is not to make fun of it. The point is to take advantage of it. That's what we do. That's why we're here. This is what our lions are drinking. That's what you're here for. And this is the hunting mechanism, the hunting party, where we go one, we go all. Our AI is hunting for you and looking at these setups. So as Brad and I were saying, this is a brand new piece of super duper technology that we just brought to market, and we are going to be releasing it. One of the really cool things, Scott, is that we're not going to be increasing prices for our advanced subscribers. People who have access to the AI are going to be getting this AI for free. What do you think about that, Brad?
And we're not just going to stop there. I mean, we have so many different ideas with respect to that. It's it's going to get.
But I'm just saying that, you know, we didn't do this just so we could, you know, jack up prices. We raised prices because we know what kind of innovation pipeline we've got going. We are going to make it so that it's so compelling to you. So now you will have 2 AIs to work with, 2 great traders to key off of instead of 1. That's really what we're doing. And soon there'll be 3 and maybe 4. And we are going to make it easy for you to key off of into the best. So we will have a best of AI channel, Brad. Obviously, you can imagine that, and et cetera, et cetera.
So while you're on the channel bar, hovering over it, maybe kind of show them where we're going with that too.
Oh my God, Brad, I was gonna hide it. I wanted to hide. No, I didn't want to hide it. All right, guys, check this. Edit channels. Ta-da! Add a channel. Upload an image. I have a bunch of different images, but let's see. I had one that was a good one right here. Okay, so we're still working on this stuff. Here, upload image. Whoops, cancel.
Crop it.
Crop it. Right name, and I'm going to call this Dan's eyes, because I'm so fierce. Right name, and that's what it would look like. Now, it's not. I don't have anything to specifically put in here, and I don't think. Do we have a save mechanism, Brad? Does it work when you hit OK?
Super close. Not quite yet, but super close. All the various component parts are getting ready to come together here.
So in this particular case, this will appear, you will be able to have, so let's go back to cancel. So you're gonna have 5 different custom channels that you will be able to create, and know the bird icons are not the default icons, as much as Brad tried to make them. I said no. I said no, Brad. So here's what you're getting. You're getting dual AI custom channel bar, coming very, very soon to the real Tesla of fintech right here. Brad did it all himself. He was sitting there with the pliers and the blowtorch, just putting the code together and made it magic happen. So what I want to do now is I want to have people ask us questions, Brad, and have us blow them away with the answers. Because if not, we can have this. I mean, this is what I wanted to do. This is what you're here for. You got CEO, you got COO, you got custom tech that you're seeing that you don't have. Even Barry doesn't have this, although he's fighting.
Yeah, so let me answer Steve's question. He's asking a question, will these custom channels be able to span over multiple monitors? And yes, just like any of the cloud links that you can save a single window, you can save multiple windows, you can save an entire layout on one monitor or multi-monitors, and that'll be the cloud link, and that's the cloud link that you'll drop into that little interface right there. So that'll be your layout. You'll want it to, have it set up to close all the windows, just like our channels do here. But yeah, you can have multiple. It'll be great.
Brad, you want to keep going with Frank?
Yeah, so not quite tomorrow, Frank.
Because I was going to say, yeah.
We have a little bug that we're trying to work out on simultaneous market closes and AI closes. So we have a few things that we're working out, but we're getting super close. I think next week we'll have something for our guys that really like to get stuff early.
Yeah. But guys, how cool, I mean, this is what makes me and Brad and Scott and everybody on the team be so pumped, We're not out there buying Facebook ads to grow for no reason. We make technology that is like art, and it is so cool because we get to see it evolve with you, and you guys see that we're passionate about it. We're building this for us, for you, for our success, for our mutual success together. Crypto is coming. Brad and I were just fighting over it before we got here. Brad, who won that fight? I don't even remember. You were crying. I was firing somebody. What happened?
I don't know. I don't feel like I won that fight.
Somebody. Steve. Does Steve work for us? Is that Gomez? is DD Gomez and he's just messing with us? Barry, get him. Frank,
So yes, so Frank, right now I had uploaded the secondary channel, but until we've made a few server changes, and also there's going to need to be a new download in order to be able to toggle between the various AI servers that we have. So yeah, right now it'll just be the same. I'll probably move the channel further down until we're ready to turn it live.
So Mark Wood, one of the technology that we're doing for cryptocurrency, which is 24-hour server technology, we are going, that will be, it's kind of both. It's for crypto and it's for futures. So when those things come online, they'll be relatively coming online together. And of course, all of this was meant to have our technology be able to run odds on anything that we have. This is what makes us so cool. So we will be creating strategies for various cryptos, for various futures, even like, you know, again, possible Forex later, but definitely futures and crypto. Oh, Brad, are you clapping? And then so silence fills the room.
I was beating my chest.
So 2.0, what's the major difference is that 2.0 is going to be a little bit, I would say the best way to describe the difference between 2.0 AI and 1.0 is 2.0 is going to be more aggressive. Brad, was that better?
I think that's, yeah, at a super high level, it's going to be more aggressive, but we have the ability with this different AI server, and we have multiple ones, so we're just bringing the second one out right now, but it allows us to dial in different algorithms across the board. So all the algorithms that exist for strategy optimization, you know, that's a set of algorithms that we put in place, so we can fine tune that to be a little bit more aggressive, to broaden the time span, to maybe hold it longer, to make the stops a little bit not quite as tight, do things like that, and then in addition to that, be able to introduce additional strategies, additional concepts that maybe eventually will make it over to Holly 1.0, but may start out here in an experimental phase, giving us the ability to really change all the dynamics of it. So it's like a fresh set of eyes, and we've had, like I said, the opportunity to look at this for the last couple years, and in doing so, we really have some ideas of what we want to change.
Well, consider this: how many good traders could the U.S. stock market facilitate? You know, that's an interesting question, because that's kind of how I look at it a little bit. We can keep creating new good traders, and very soon, guys, you will be able to let them trade your money through your IB account. And we might, again, even get into part of the brokerage business if that makes sense. But we definitely want to make it easier for you to catch all of this as it's happening. So just be aware.
Yeah, so Frank, what we're definitely in tandem for sure, and we do have some plans with respect to profitabilities and trade count overlays on the channel, so you'll be able to see how the various banks are doing without even necessarily opening it up.
Yep. Okay, so why don't we do this? You guys see what's going on. We can keep going on and on and on and on, but the real key is custom channel bar, so many things to choose from. This is part of what's cool about exploring. If you look at how cool this is, notice you don't have to do anything. I remember Brad last time said, Dan, put on the after hours, something was moving, so this is why I'm doing it now. LOXO, moving after hours, 15%, so it's a big one.
Well, you can see, yeah, it's
something in the anti-cancer space, 30 points of some sort. By the way, Brad, we should say how many points it is in after hours. Don't tell anyone. So the idea is that to create kind of a workflow routine for yourself. Here I'm in after hours, but
you do have that. You could, I should put that field on there, but you can add it. Look, we have change post market. You've got a percentage right there.
Right, but I need that right here because gotcha. You know how I am, and
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mm-hmm. It's often right in the middle of a Q&A webinar, Brad and I will get into a complete fist fight right here. Strangely, we're not in the same city, but you can imagine it happening.
Thank goodness, right?
That's right. So after the market opens, or rather, let me explain this. Before the market opens, my suggestion is to be on the pre-market channel. You're going to see all the stocks that are gapping up or down. This is the routine. It's simple. We're going to actually even create a kind of like a suggested path for people. So this is your pre-market. Because the AI typically never fires at the open, unless, I mean, it does, but usually it doesn't. Our suggestion would be to go to the social media channel after the market opens. So market open sees, you see what's going on. You can take notes on it, and you take notes by right-clicking, creating price alerts, and saying something like, I like this pattern. All of this is included. Boom, now, see, you got a little pinned note. I like what's happening here, and if this price breaks through this, I will be alerted. It's that simple. Okay. So that's your social media. You're going through it, and usually approximately 6:45 is when I pop back into the AI, see if any of the channels have hit, see, because that's typically right around when they start. And then I'm watching this, but we're going to make it easy for you to be able to do lots of things at the same time, because what we were saying, you can have any of these windows on the side. Barry, for example, has a different way of looking at this window in his own layout, and he shows that. So there's lots of different ways to view the data, but the idea here is new channel full of artificial intelligence, new trades for you, new opportunities. Remember, there's no one else that's doing what we're doing. You have all that you need. There's not a single other vendor who creates a system that is in the market and executes for everyone to see, and you have to deal with the results. The reason is, Brad, they don't believe it can be done, but we know it can, and we do it. And we don't hide it. So that's the reason that you are here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to the presentation. I think it's a good opportunity to make it kind of light because we have so much to show. One of the things that Brad and I pointed out about the artificial intelligence is that we're seeing lots of short opportunities from a statistical setup. This is important. This is like understanding the winds of change. Okay, remember, it does not have any emotions. It doesn't like long. It doesn't like short. It just likes numbers. And it can still be, Brad, what's kind of interesting about that, you know, you can be in a situation where you're playing the short side and the short side is not working out, but when you redo the numbers, that still should have been the one you would have gone with, and that can happen for a little while until the overall trend really adjusts. So
that's trading, for sure.
And we've talked about that as a canary in the coal mine. These are all the things that are present in this book. If you download it, it's for free. trade-ideas.com/ebook. I just did it, and here it is. What a wonderful, whoops. Okay. Our training room. Our trading room is the environment that we think is one of the best places where people can start with the software, because Barry is there every day holding court, doing the proper methodology of working with Trade Ideas technology, and the meritocracy of the whole community lifts everybody higher. It's a rising tide that truly lifts all boats. So trade-ideas.com, trading room, you can see that right from our website. Please come visit there. If you haven't, it's a great way to start. Myself and Jamie Hodge, we host a Friday Trade Ideas podcast where we kind of go crazy and talk about the truth. Big fans of the truth movement. There's a lot of, never been a more exciting time to be in the business of finance, to be alive. We believe so many amazing things are happening. And we're a part of it. Our technology is a part of it, and we communicate that. Come sign up for this. We would love to have you listen. And it's another place where you can learn the special sauce and also the direction. We talk about it from a human point of view, not from a corporate point of view. And we do that throughout the organization, whether it's on this Q&A webinar or our podcast. Come join us. You'll enjoy it. We, of course, run a subscription-based business. Our software costs as much as coffee, lunch, soda. The standard version does not have artificial intelligence, and you can see how much it is on a per day basis, although we charge monthly or annually. And for coming over today and being with us, we have a promo code for you, SAVE in May, save in May, 15% off our first month or a year off of Trade Ideas. You can get a hold of us. This is what we do. We're professional. We're always there, whether it's social media. Myself, I'm at Trade Ideas One, and I post all sorts of crazy stuff. So you've been warned. But our corporate account, Trade Ideas, much more tame. Please like us on Facebook. Any questions? info@trade-ideas.com, and of course, our phone number. Brad, Scott, I think we're good.
I think we are. Thanks, Dan. I don't think we have any more questions.
Okay, fantastic. Guys, AI 2.0, come do it. This is the future. Thank you. Scott, thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you.